A very interesting event took place in Music City a few days ago, something that turned quite a few heads, Charles. Picture it. Over 1,000 motorcycle riders, all hot on the trail of Wynonna and Big Bird. It was a traffic stopper, folks. As Gail Grasso explains, it was a small step for man, a giant leap for biker babes everywhere.
Am I leading the way? No way.
There you are, the first woman to ever lead.
Oh, really? Am I the first woman?
Wynonna was surprised about her new role of leading the Toys for Tots motorcycle ride, but she accepted it gladly.
A woman's got to do what a woman's got to do. She's got to forge the way. I'm trying to be a pioneer for all women riders today.
It was a benefit ride that brought out 1,200 bikers and just as many toys. Toys that'll make a lot of children's Christmas a little brighter.
Well, little raccoon is a little bit too young to hold on, and I don't have a bungee, so I don't know how he's going to sit. See? Maybe he'll drive and I'll ride. That'll work, won't it?
This is Mr. Cookie Monster here, of Sesame Street fame.
I got my son right here. That's my toy right there. Elijah, say hey to the people.
Hey, what's up?
Now, Elijah doesn't ride just yet because safety is a big issue with Mom. But as much of a bike enthusiast Wynonna is, she realizes that it's not how you ride, but how you look.
Well, you know what? I never understood why, but you do this in case you, you know, wreck, which the leather helps to protect you. But it's also important to match.
And as it turned out, it was a very safe ride, combined with a sunny day and some satisfied road hogs. But as Wynonna and friends made the 10-mile journey to Nashville's Hard Rock Cafe, there was just one complaint.
It was too short. Wynonna decided to make it a little bit longer, so I followed her.
Bless her heart. She had to do it wise way, man. I went left. It wasn't long enough, but it was such a celebration to be outside in the sunlight, hearing all those bikes behind you. I felt like we could take over Nashville or something.
It was pretty amazing.
It was amazing. You feel everybody...
We'll take you back.
And we're going to start things off tonight with quite a shindig from Wynonna. She turned all of downtown Nashville into this big club on Monday night, and she opened the doors to everybody.
Right. The occasion was the release of her 5th CD as a solo artist. Wynonna gave around 3,000 fans a taste of that CD, The Other Side, just hours before it went on sale. And she did it perched on the roof of a Music City landmark. Here's Stormy Warren.
This is the powerful voice fans have waited for. On the eve of her album release date, Wynonna partied the night away. The celebration kicked off with a concert high atop Nashville's Hard Rock Cafe, but not without a few butterflies.
Probably the most vulnerable part of what I do. When I'm in the studio, it's like in the womb. I'm safe and warm. To step out there, it's like, if you've ever bungee jumped, it's free falling. It's literally just throwing yourself out there and hope that you end up, you know, landing on your 2 feet, as they say. I thought I heard it all before. I thought I didn't need to hear no more. Love started talking. Your love started talking. Music has no boundaries. I feel things and I speak them, and hopefully I can make a connection out there with somebody. I enjoy singing again. I feel like such a survivor in this business because I continue to believe that good things do happen, and I'm counting on that.
If the enthusiastic crowd is any indication, they'll be with her, come what may.
Oh, sing it to me, Nashville.
That bass in her voice, the way she rolls, you know, rumbles, that turns me on.
Not only is Wynonna getting support from her fans, but Sister Ashley was in town for the album premiere party as well. Even with busy schedules, the Judds know how important it is to be there for each other.
We do. We do. I'm thinking about the extremes to which both of them had to go to even be present at my premiere because they've gotten the throwing up virus. And all I had to do today, you know, was wake up and be around the house, play with the kids, ask her 40 times an hour, is there anything I can do for you? It's been really, really special. I wouldn't have missed it for the world.
Love ain't no good till you give it away. It was overwhelming to me tonight, I have to admit, because you get lost. You get kind of lost in the shuffle, thinking you're anonymous, you're another voice, and then somebody reaches in and says, hey, man, I love you. And I think that's what I feel tonight. I won't sleep a lot tonight.
Tuesday promised to be another landmark day in Wynonna's career. So what was the Wild One planning to do on the day her new CD hit the shelves?
Not a stinking thing. I'm going to go home and I'm going to try to be in the world, but not of it, is the biggest challenge I have tomorrow. Not calling up people saying, am I okay or am I not okay? Because life will go on. If I sell or I don't sell. Because I've got my babies who love me no matter what. It's good to know somebody's still out there listening. Thank you all very much for coming to my party.
Thank you, Wynonna. There are some surprise guests on the CD called The Other Side. John Barry does a duet with Wynonna. And, of course, it's a bit of a tradition that Mama Naomi makes an appearance on her daughter's CDs. And this time, it's on a song called Don't You Throw That Mojo on Me.
Mojo. Am I the only person that doesn't really know what mojo is? What is mojo?
It's kind of a sort of a hex or something like that, or your feeling, your thoughts, that sort of thing. Your mojo.
Well, keep your mojo away from me.
I will.
Okay. And hang
To rise above it all. Well, Wynonna did just that earlier this week and more. Terry Bumgarner tells us how she was practically on cloud 9 for her album debut.
Not a problem here. Wynonna rose to the occasion, as did her fans. About 3,000 of them came to Nashville's Hard Rock Cafe for Y's album release party.
When love starts talking, you got no choice but to shut up and listen. It's a powerful voice.
Music has no boundaries. I feel things and I speak them, and hopefully I can make a connection out there with somebody. And I just enjoy, I enjoy singing again. I feel like I'm such a survivor in this business because I continue to believe that good things do happen, and I'm counting on that.
I thought I'd heard it all before. I thought I didn't need to hear no more. But love started talking. Your love started talking.
This was the night Wynonna had been waiting for, but sometimes even the most seasoned performers can get a slight case of the nerves.
Probably the most vulnerable part of what I do. When I'm in the studio, it's like in the womb. I'm safe and warm. To step out there, it's like, if you've ever bungee jumped, it's free falling. It's literally just throwing yourself out there and hope that you end up, you know, landing on your 2 feet, as they say.
It's a good thing there was support from a very proud sister.
I hope the smile says it all. I wouldn't even know where to begin.
The youngest, Judd, canceled engagements to be with her sibling. After all, she felt like she owed Wynonna and Mother Naomi. The two did go out on a limb a few weeks ago to attend a big event of Ashley's.
I'm thinking about the extremes to which both of them had to go to even be present at my premiere because they'd gotten a throwing up virus. And all I had to do today, you know, was wake up and be around the house, play with the kids, ask her 40 times an hour, is there anything I can do for you? It's been really, really special. I wouldn't have missed it for the world.
Well, that movie debut Ashley referred to is Kiss the Girls, which continues to be a top box office draw. Meanwhile, Mother Naomi also has a big project in the works. She's getting ready to release...
Easy to recognize.
You ain't the only one. I got some tricks up my sleeve. Well, it might come back to haunt you. Don't you throw that mojo on me.
I saw right.
Well, that's it for us. From high atop Nashville's Hard Rock Cafe, this is Wynonna helping us say goodbye with a song from her new album.
Have a great weekend, everyone.
Let me tell you something. Stop talking, you got no choice. Shoot up, listen, it's a power Listen, it's a house.
Sure he will. And while Vince is spending his weekends on the golf course, the Judd family is spending theirs in the movie theaters. The family, known for their singing ability, also has a talented actress in the family. Lisa Young has more on Judd number 3, the actress.
I kind of feel like we've won the lottery 3 times. Like the great god of luck whacked us on the head 3 times.
It's not luck, but pure talent that has these Judd women on records, movie screens, and TV. Now, after watching her older sister and mother reach the top of the country music world, it's their turn to watch Ashley as she takes on Hollywood.
To the man who calls himself Casanova, the man who took me from my own home.
Ashley is currently starring in the movie Kiss the Girls. And even though this isn't her first film, her mom still worries about her baby working in Tinseltown.
It's ridiculous. But she's always harbored that for me. I've always been, you know, sort of wild. I mean, if it's not the Harley one day, it's a horse the other. So she just is a typical mother, and she's concerned. You're going out there on your own.
I got people.
Take me with you.
Actually, you know, Ashley doesn't act. That's the enchanting thing about it. She's naturally dramatic.
Naomi even picked up the acting bug when she appeared on Sisters playing herself.
I am so thrilled to meet you and so honored that you're doing my show.
Why, thank you kindly. And you must be...
The stubborn daughter. I'm Reed.
And if you think this mother-daughter team resembles each other, well, you're not alone.
Somebody just sent me some pictures that I hadn't seen before. They were taken last November over Thanksgiving. And
Mama Judd can be proud of her daughters because they're not only beautiful, they're also talented. So which sibling had stars in her eyes first?
I think we both wanted it in different ways.
I think we both wanted to use our talent and feel like we could express ourselves and have the joy of creating something. That was equal, but the fame part is just a weird accoutrement of success.
We'll both do anything for attention, so.
Well, if you didn't get enough of the Judd family from that story, watch for another on Dateline NBC in December to burn a little rubber for a good cause. Terry Baumgartner tells us why Evel Knievel would be proud.
A woman's got to do what a woman's got to do. She's got to forge the way. I'm trying to be a pioneer for all women riders today.
She was designated leader of the pack, and it was a role Wynonna gladly accepted. This was the first time a woman had led the Toys for Tots motorcycle ride, and many of Y's friends weren't about to miss the trek.
Well, today they have a ride that I'm fortunate to be in, and whenever we can do something like this to help people, I try to get involved, especially if it has motorcycles to do with it. That's always fun. But it's for Toys for Tots and leukemia also.
Riding is a very dangerous endeavor, and we, you know, it's very important to wear helmets. But actually, these are from the helmet being knocked off my ping pong table by my cat.
The event brought out all the hogs and a few other critters, too.
This is Mr. Cookie Monster here, of Sesame Street fame.
Well, little raccoon is a little bit too young to hold on, and I don't have a bungee, so I don't know how he's going to sit. See? Maybe he'll drive and I'll ride. That'll work, won't it?
I got my son right here. That's my toy right there. Elijah, say hey to the people.
Hey, what's up?
So with the wind at their back and furry friends at the front, they forged ahead. All 1,200 of them. It was the largest group to date for the benefit, and this means even more children will wake up to a brighter Christmas. The journey ended at Nashville's Hard Rock Cafe with a big crowd of supporters.
It's almost like you wanted to be on the street watching it too, you know, besides being in it. It was.
Have you ever been in a parade?
Never.
Never? You finally made it.
It was great.
I think 1,000 bikes went through the heart of Nashville. Of course, women leading the way, which I don't want to sound arrogant, but it's about darn time. Anita and I have ridden before, and there's something about when you start up that bike, it makes you want to just go. You know, it's like the Thelma and Louise. Yeah. I felt like we were going places, man. It was cool.
Names now.
Well, Thelma and Louise made the ride a little longer than planned. Wynonna made a turn that wasn't on the route, and of course, everyone followed. It must have been a profitable turn, though.
He says things weren't always so serene in her world.
Well, you've read the book, you've seen the TV movie. She says she was a former wild child who was heading for trouble. Music changed all that for Wynonna, and now she wants to help other kids find that outlet. One way is by helping boost a Nashville area performing arts program that helps put kids on stage. And all Wynonna had to do was invite a few friends over and sing a couple of songs.
So I'm here to encourage and inspire and a lot of fire under their butts.
Wynonna made every attempt to plant the seed of discovery at a down-home musical event last week. The benefit concert came together as a way to introduce an arts program to an area school.
I want kids just to find themselves know who they are. And music gave me a chance to do just that. Otherwise, I'd be probably in trouble myself somewhere, probably in prison. Seriously, so it's important for us to give back to these kids.
The quaint setting was the perfect backdrop for the evening, which brought out a few of Wynonna's musical pals like Michael McDonald.
Well, I was tossed by love, almost never came down.
There's some really talented little kids out there, and they're going to make the world a better place in the years to come. They're going to brighten the world for the rest of us and entertain us and you know, kind of lighten our souls, you know.
I just think we should push that for all it's worth, you know, for all the money that we spend on all the junk that we wind up either blowing up or not using. And then we whine about our society going downhill. We're nuts. We are absolutely nuts.
Friends like Skip Ewing also dropped by to help raise money for the school program, and Wynonna was excited about what was ahead for the youngsters.
I want to see kids hunker down and reach down inside and pull out that gift that's there. So it's just a chance for me to inspire kids. There's a girl here tonight who sent me a tape of her singing when she was like 5 years old because she had won a contest. And she may turn out to be the next Wynonna. You never know. Isn't life weird that here we are together tonight, both in great anticipation about singing? I think that's really, man, there is a God, you know? There really is.
I'm always walking after midnight, searching for you.
My prayer is for all children to find their way, for parents to do like my mother did with two very high-spirited children, roots and wings. And music is part of the wings.
The $15,000 that concert raised will help create a Nashville arts program that will teach kids about theater, playing instruments, and writing songs. And according to Miss Y, the result for her is being able to get funky on TV and a song with lots of soul. Gail Grasso explains.
One of the keys to Wynonna's success is her refusal to do what everyone else does. And no matter what it is, the Wynonna stamp is on it. Even a song that has unlikely country and pop ties becomes her own. A song written by Michael McDonald and Brenda Lee.
Because when I heard the song, I thought Michael McDonald had written it, and I later found that out that Brenda had, which I think is interesting because it might have biased me a little bit. You know what I mean? I mean, when you hear that Brenda Lee has written you a song, you kind of would go, oh, well.
I'm just the kind of fool of me.
Because, honey, she has more soul in her little finger than most people do. So the fact that she was part of it just reminds me that there's a lot of spirit still out there in country music that we have almost forgotten at times.
You would carry my heart away for the time that I've lived. I'm just the kind of fool of me.
I'm a big fan of hers, too, and she's such a good singer, and she just sang the heck out of this song, so we're so excited, yeah.
As committed as Wynonna is to recognizing the trailblazers in country, she also tries to break down the categories of country. Wynonna accepted a personal invitation from Natalie Cole to appear in her television special. The two met on a plane, and one thing led to another.
And we were talking, just talking girl talk, you know, and she's got a new man. We're talking about life and love and are you happy? It's funny, when women get together, we talk about those things, not, you know, what do you make after taxes? And we're talking about heart stuff, and all of a sudden, I think she got the idea of us to, you know, hang, and that came second. So that was cool for me.
And that's when Mary started crying. When she heard the angels sing, let's make a baby, let's make a baby.
And then I get the call, and it's, she's like in another country doing her world tour, and asked me to sing with her, and I was like, yes, yes, this will look good on my resume. Okay, yeah. I was the only country, you know, chick from Nashville on the stage. It was Kirk Franklin and the Family, Natalie Cole, and then there's Tim McGraw and me standing there going, get funky, woo, you know.
Okay. Wynonna, Tim, and the rest of the gang will be getting funky on the Christmas Concert of Hope starring Natalie Cole this Saturday night on CBS.
By the way, Wynonna and Natalie met by accident. There was a mix-up, and both of them were assigned the same airplane seat. So instead of having a cat fight, they made a TV show.
And had a little girl talk going.
Well, this next story features some very frank talk from Wynonna and also Buck Owens about the problems they have with country radio.
Yeah, it was at a seminar where normally only people in the music industry would hear what they had to say. But you're about to hear those complaints, like how Wynonna believes hair and makeup cost her a #1 song, or Buck Owens' opinion of music politics. Here's Gail Grasso.
Phoenix, Arizona was the gathering place for this year's Billboard and Airplay Monitor radio seminar, a mouthful that really translates to Radio Minds Talk Over Radio Matters. The one matter that seemed to dominate the day was where country radio is headed. Music and broadcast veteran Buck Owens offered one analysis on the state of country.
I think we're going to continue to lose listeners as well as record sales, because that's just what's going to happen. As long as the record companies are comfortable with the amount of money that they make and the amount of records they sell, they're not going to change it.
As owner of several radio stations, Buck understands the power of record companies. His son felt the pressure firsthand when a label felt their Phoenix radio station wasn't playing enough of the label's artists. The station was suddenly bumped from the industry playlist reports.
And he said, Dad, you know what you told me was going to happen if we didn't find a way to get together with the record companies? And I said, yeah, I remember that. And he said, well, you was right, Dad, it happened. Meaning the new list had came out and KNIX was not on it. It was #1 station in this town.
It was this kind of candor that shed light on the strange but necessary relationship between radio and the music industry. In a later session, this panel of artists discussed the even more tangled web.
But I actually had a guy that said, I won't play Wynonna if anything is over 3:15. And you heard my comment to him. I said, when you're making love to your wife, do you time it? And I wasn't trying to be snotty. I was just trying to say, when you're giving your all, man, do you time this? And this is about art and love and passion. That's the way I operate. I want to know why we're in this time thing. I want to know why country radio won't play this song.
Wynonna is referring to her latest single from the Tammy Wynette tribute album.
I'm talking woman to woman.
Even artists with proven track records aren't immune from backlash. Wynonna felt it after last year's CMA performance.
I actually got banned from a lot of the radio stations because I wore leather and I was too rock and roll, and I got so in trouble for it, I lost a #1 because of it. And I showed up to CMA and they said, well, you're the last one on the show. So it gave me like 2.5 hours to do makeup and hair. Okay, so I got carried away. I got out there and I was so nervous and I was so just overwhelmed with being back on the stage that I went a little overboard, but that's part of passion.
Wynonna now says she wonders what reaction she'll get from programmers after wearing Elvis's cape on the CMA Awards this year.
By now, you probably know that pop superstar Michael Bolton has been linked romantically with actress Ashley Judd. Well, now comes news that Michael is taking off on a road trip with another Judd, Wynonna, in just a couple of weeks.
Yeah, now these two are just friends. In fact, when we talked to them from New York earlier this week, they were having so much fun together, we could hardly get a straight answer out about their tour.
They planned it that way, I think, didn't they? We did, however, learn Wynonna's secret passion, how the two met, and the real reason Wynonna is on this tour. Take a look.
This is a bit of a reunion for Lorianne and myself and Michael. I mean, do you remember doing our show for the very first time? This was, I guess, back in the late 80s, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 88, and the beginning of my finally establishing that I could make a living singing.
Please welcome our guest, Michael Bolton.
Sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away.
Well, congratulations for all your success. I mean, my goodness, we had no idea you were going to explode like this.
Yeah, well.
Did you?
I hope that doesn't happen soon.
Spontaneous combustion.
Oh, you mean the career?
Yeah, exactly.
Have the two of you discussed what type of audience you expect, and have you tailored the show for what you think will be waiting you?
Yeah, I'm doing all disco songs.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm doing polka, going straight polka to
He's adding pedal steel to his band.
Latvian love songs, a lot of Latvian love songs. Very big.
That cowboy hat. You should see that sequined cowboy hat.
But did anybody think that this was a strange combination? I mean, I think most people think it's a fabulous idea, but I can see why some people would say, wow, this has never been done. We're afraid of this.
Well, it was a strange combination with my mother, too.
Of course.
It seems natural.
They like that.
Yeah, because Mom's watching, I know, you know.
I don't know. I know you guys know me. My friends know better. My enemies don't care. I am the kind of singer that sings from the soul, and wherever it takes me, I go. And so I got invited on this tour by this lovely person sitting next to me.
So I had the pleasure of seeing Y perform for the first time at a benefit for Andre Agassi's foundation, and she just brought the house down.
I shivered once, you walked into my soul, damage is done now, I'm out of control. How did you get to me? No one is gonna.
And just rocked. And I had no idea. And we hung out backstage and hit it off, and then I became close with the whole family. And one thing has led to another, a performance on the CMAs together, and then we sang together on my Christmas album. And this just seemed like something we should really look into. It started like, let's just check it out and see what the promoters will think. Because are they going to say country, but then again there's country, then there's rock, the rock edge, then there's my pop,
country.
And I'm a little bit
Beautiful.
confused as well.
You mentioned that you are very good friends with all the Judd women, which is a good thing.
I love the Judd
because hopefully they can give you hints on how to handle Wynonna on tour.
Kind of an early warning system.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure I'm going to be handling her on tour. She's easy to handle, I'm sure. You know? That's very funny. You do know each other, don't you?
Well, now, wait a minute, Michael. If you're not going to handle Wynonna, how are you going to handle Michael?
I'm going to love him through this, like a good Christian woman should. Stand by your man.
At least till the middle of the summer, right?
You know what? We are going to have a good time because I've said it to him, and I know you're going to say it to me. When we start to go there, you know, we have to set the egos aside for a minute because this isn't about who sells more. This is about our gift that God gave us.
I have no ego.
Oh, that face. Michael, did you see that face? I've got to ask Wynonna something here. I've got to ask Wynonna. Now, Michael has recently revealed his secret passion, opera, singing the arias. What is your secret passion, Wynonna? What will you reveal?
I want to be a brain surgeon.
Oh, God, help us all.
My secret passion?
Yeah.
I guess riding my Harley naked. I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I don't have one. I have 2 children. I don't have any secrets.
Y was talking about how the two of you got together, and Wynonna, I think, was quoted as saying,
and I think he digs me, and I was the cheapest redhead he could find.
So would you like to either confirm or deny that report right now?
No, we found 2 others that were willing to pay me.
All right.
You know, they promised us before this interview. They said, you know, you're not going to get a straight answer out of us. And they delivered, didn't they? I mean, what a couple of cut-ups.
I know. Hey, the Voices Tour, and it'll be great with Wynonna and Michael. Gets underway May 16th in Biloxi, Mississippi.
And, you know, I told them that they should call this the Wacky Tour or the Goofy Tour, something like that.
Good
Would
call.
fit, don't you think? They have dates booked through the end of July, and they may add some more.